Well, students, in this class we'll be learning all the operators in C and we'll perform some programs to demonstrate all those operators. First, let's understand what's an operator. An operator is a symbol which operates on a value or a variable, right? For example, plus is an operator to perform addition. Likewise, we have plenty of operators in C language that's going to perform on an operand or a pair of operands. And now we'll look at the types of operators. So arithmetic operators, we have understood what are the different kinds of arithmetic operators: plus for addition, minus for subtraction, asterisk for multiplication, forward slash for division, and the modulus operator to get the remainder after division. And unary operators, there are two kinds of unary operators, increment and decrement. Increment operator is represented with a pair of plus symbol and decrement with a pair of minus symbol. Relational operators are also there: lesser than, greater than, lesser than equal to, greater than equal to, and not equal to. Logical operators, so there are logical conditions to check, and we use a double ampersand for logical AND operation and double pipeline for logical OR operation, and for logical NOT there is an exclamatory symbol. And at last, the bitwise operators. So these are the bitwise operators. Starting from the left, this is bitwise AND or binary AND. This is bitwise OR. This is bitwise XOR. And a pair of less than symbols represent the bitwise left shift operator. And this is bitwise right shift operator, and this is one's complement. So now we'll learn a program demonstrating both the increment and decrementing operator. Alright, so demo of increment and decrement operators. So now I'll declare two variables A and B, and two more variables for storing the result of increment and decrement, right? Or the four variables are of the type integer. And now let's go and perform the increment and decrement operator. So first I'll use the variable increment, so inc for increment, this variable to store the result after the incrementation performed on a variable A, right? So let me initialize the variable A with 5. So now A has got the value 5 and B has got the value 8. Okay, I'll put the increment operator here before the variable. So what it does is the increment operator will increase the value of A by 1, and it's going to be stored in the variable inc. Okay, and in the decrement variable, I will store the decremented value of B. So this pair of minus symbol will indicate the decrement operation. So this will bring down the value of B by 1. So now decrement has got value less by 1, and increment, the variable inc has got the value increased by 1. Now let's go and print the values of both increment and decrement. First let me add a clear screen call here. So look at here guys, in the first printf statement I have told like incremented value of A is %d, that is inc, and decremented value of B is %d, that is dec. So let's find out what will be the output. So look at here. So 5 has incremented to 6 and 8 is decremented to 7, because before increment A has got the value of 5 and B has got the value 8. So A is increased to 6 and B has decreased to 7. So this is how the increment and decrement operators work. But guys, remember, this is pre-increment and pre-decrement operators. When we use the increment operator before the variable, it's going to perform pre-increment. That means first the incrementation operation will happen. So then only the result is going to be stored in the specified variable. The incrementation happens before the assignment. So now friends, let me teach you the post increment and post decrement operations in C language. So this is similar to increment and decrement operations. We use the same increment and decrement operators, but the incrementation and decrementation happen after the assignment. It is called as post increment and post decrement, right? Whatever we did in the previous program is called as pre-increment and pre-decrement, which means increment and decrement happen before the result is going to store in the specified variable. So let's see what is the scenario in post increment and decrement. First I'll use two variables to store the data. Int a equals to 5 and b equals to 8, right? I will now use post increment, so pi for post increment and pd for post decrement, right? So let me add the function call first here, and first I'll print the values. Okay, so now I'll increment a, which is called as post increment. So the operator is same here. The only difference is we put the increment operator after the variable a, which means first the assignment happens. First the value of a is stored in the variable pi, then the incrementation of a happens. So now let me print the content of pi. Printf, the incremented value is equal to %d, comma pi. So let's go and run this program. So remember, I have incremented a and stored the value in pi variable. So let's see what happens. Control F9. So value of a before increment is 5. The incremented value is also 5. I've incremented, though I've incremented, pi has got the value still 5. Why? Because the value of a is assigned to pi before incrementation, right? So the incrementation is happening after the assignment, which is called as post increment. So now let's go and print the same sentence. Shift insert, right? So value of a after increment. Let us check this. Control F9. So look at here. Value of a after increment is 5, but the value is not stored in pi variable. Okay. So this is called as post increment. Let us perform the post decrement here. I'll just change the content here. I will use pd instead of pi and b minus minus. Let's see what happened. So value of b before increment, so the increment before decrement, right? And the decremented value is equal to pd value after decrement is equal to b. Value of b after decrement is b, right? Control F9. Value of b before decrement is 8. The decremented value is also 8. Value of b after decrement is 7. Why still 8 is showing here? Because it has got the value before the decrementation has happened. I hope you understood this concept. So once you work out this program, you'll understand it better. Well friends, that's it for the class. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, like our page on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and join our group on LinkedIn. Thank you.